Yo. Once again, it's on. Back at you one more again for part 2. If you didn't have an opportunity to see part 1, I'd highly advise you to go back and watch part 1 and then come back and watch part 2. I'm going to pin part 1 in the comment section, so you don't even have to go through and look, forward to what happened. The sheriff is at home, as I previously mentioned. He's busted open a bottle of his finest bourbon. Collector's item. That's just how upset he was inside, but yet, you ever had that feeling of you love a motherfucker to death, man, but you just mad as hell? It's kind of like, I'm gonna give you a prime example, respectfully. It's kind of like when you go outside, and this was back in the day when I was younger. See, kids don't do these things anymore. Back in the day when I was, coming up or whatever, you go outside. It's a privilege to go outside. You mad when you on punishment and you can't go outside and kick it in the neighborhood with all your friends, and everybody's riding their bikes or playing basketball or playing football, dino man, you know what I'm saying? Just having fun in the neighborhood amongst the rest of the kids in the neighborhood. But you didn't got in trouble. You didn't got in trouble because you done snuck off. Your mama done told you, yeah, you can go outside and play, but have your ass back inside by the time them street lights come on. Or at least be in, to where I can see you. You done snuck off somewhere, time got away from you. By the time you realize, oh, snap, you trying to run home, rush home or whatever, you think about that whooping you about to get because you not outside like you was supposed to be under the street lights to where your mama could see you. Your mama's worried to death. She is worried to death. Where is my child at? I'm calling them. Kens. No Kens. She's asking around. Anybody seen Kens? Nobody seen me. Family, about 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later, I come in. She sees me. She's very, very relieved to see me. But at the same time, I'm going to get my ass beat. Because that's how pissed. She's pissed. She's happy that I'm safe. She's happy to see me. Okay, he made it in. But she's angry at the same time. And I'm not suggesting that this is the case to where his wife needs to get her ass beat. I'm just giving you all an example of how you can be mad, once again, and joyful at the same time. Wife comes into the house. And I've already mentioned that she knows that something is just not right, man. Like I said, he's not typically going to be drinking this bourbon. He's already been pondering over this for, over a week. He just hasn't said anything. He's been acting as though everything is perfectly fine. This is going to be the night to where something is going to be said. The sheriff can no longer just ignore this. This whole Fred Johnson thing that he's seen in his mind. It can't be, he didn't see it in his mind. He's seen it with his eyes. He blatantly seen it. Can't ignore it. She doesn't have a clue. Mary has no clue what the issue could possibly be. As I mentioned, they never really argued or anything. Yeah, everybody's going to have, some marital issues, relationship issues, from time to time, but they never really had any real significant problems. Honey, sternly, honey. Yes, dear. She's in the kitchen. I guess she has some groceries and she's putting things away and doesn't say anything. Yes, dear. You called? I need to speak with you. Just a minute. While he's waiting on his wife to come in, he's stocking back the bourbons. So much to where he finished one bottle and proceeded to the next bottle. She finally comes in about 10, 15 minutes later. Okay, dear, I'm done. I'm sorry. This must be a special occasion. I mean, you never drank those bourbons. You know, she's happy-go-lucky as she typically is. Need you to have a seat. Talking in his sheriff voice. Work sheriff voice. He's a retired sheriff. Need you to have a seat. Oh, okay. She sits down, not knowing exactly what's going on. Mary has her, kind of legs crossed and a look of confusion on her face because she's never seen her husband act this way. Never. I was going through some things. I was looking for something. One of my old, I don't know what it was he was looking for. And I dug into the closet. And when I was digging into the closet, looking into the closet, I was digging deeper and deeper and deeper. Came across this gray lockbox. Wasn't titled. I didn't have a clue what it was. I was trying to get into the box and the box was locked. So me being an ex-sheriff, I know how to pick locks. And police talk. Police know I do all that shit. They pick locks, kick down doors. Wave in the 4-4. All you gotta do. Don't see me no more. And when I was able to open the this box, see all of this paperwork. See the name Fred Johnson, so I'm Fred Johnson. Doesn't sound familiar to me, so I'm looking into it and I'm looking into it, and the more that I read, the more intrigued and the more confused that I become. Now at this point, once Mary heard lockbox, it's as though her whole world just came to a standstill because she knew what this was about. Mary knew that she had been discovered. But she sat there calmly, listening to her husband, seeing the pain on his face, seeing the tears streaming down his eyes, the hurt. He proceeds to tell his wife of 10 years, I know who you are. I know what you did last summer. Now, literally not last summer. You've been hiding this secret from me for this entire time. This whole relationship was that I felt was built upon trust, loyalty, honesty. But the whole time it was a lie. You do this to me? You do this to me? I'm the police. I run this motherfucker. You just live here. Huh? Yeah. You better walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me. You can shoot me, but you can't kill me, nigga. What a day. What a motherfucking day. Again, no disrespect to people that have Tourette's. I know it's a very serious disease. I think that I have a form of that, because I'll be telling a story and I'll just bust out in a song or a movie role. Or so y'all forgive me and y'all just rock with me, man. Lay back, kick your feet up. Because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. Go through my training days. One of my favorite movies, man. But in all seriousness, though, that's how the sheriff felt. That's how he felt inside. Once he tells Mary everything that he's discovered in the box, she knows what's in the box. It's her box. Not sure why she didn't have it kept outside of the house. Maybe at the bank, a safety deposit box, or in a store somewhere. But for whatever reason, she had it in the house. I guess she felt like it was well hidden. Mary's sitting there. Now Mary has tears streaming down her eyes. The both of them are just sitting there, she's confused though. Now peep game, check this out. She's confused. Mary's confused. But damn, kids, why would Mary be confused? Is she confused as though, like, why are you prying in my stuff? How did you find this box? Come on, kids, tell us. I remember the movie Misery. Paul, I got to know, Paul. Tell me. No, I can't wait. Paul. Tell me. She's confused because she's coming at him. She's coming at him on a level of, what is the problem? I understand that I deceived you. I didn't necessarily lie to you. I just didn't tell you. This is how she's coming at her husband. They just found out that she was born a man. Fred Johnson. Fred Johnson had a Johnson. No disrespect intended. Now at this point, Mary didn't have a Johnson. Mary had the actual surgery. So after part 1, I like to give it a couple days to marinate, and people were jumping in the comments saying, okay, Kens, but how could they be married 10 years and the sheriff didn't know that Mary was a man? Because Mary didn't appear as a man. Mary had the whole, I go through my New York shit, Had the whole surgery, son. Shout out to NY, big city of dreams. So he didn't know. There was red flags. There was a plethora of inner questions in his mind, in his daughter's mind, in his family's mind. But never did anyone suspect that Mary was born Fred Johnson with a Johnson. Do you love me any less? Right now, at this exact moment, do you love me any less? That was the painful part. Because in the sheriff's mind and his heart and his soul, he didn't love her any less. But he was also becoming more and more agitated. When you're drinking, first of all, drinking and anger don't mix. So he got the bourbon, the nice bourbon, the expensive bourbon. And it seems as though his wife is not really taking him too serious. Yeah, she's taking him serious, but it's like, what does it matter? We're in love. I love you. I should have told you. I didn't, because I didn't know how to tell you. I wanted to tell you. I had full intentions of telling you, but I just didn't. Things were going so well. You are my shining star. And when things are going so well, how do you tell a person that? You tell them in the very beginning before it even gets to that point, man. You tell that person in the very beginning and give them a choice. Don't do something, especially on the zesty side, and then tell them later on because you didn't give them. Maybe that person, perhaps the sheriff, you know what? I'm going to try the zestiness. I'm divorced, got 2 daughters, they grown. I'm going to try, you know what? I'm willing to give it a try. But you at least give him an opportunity to make that choice. You don't just do it, trick someone, And then now they madly in love, and it's like, well, what is the problem, man? You love me, I love you. No, that's not how it works, man. People get murked for that. Not saying that, not encouraging anyone to do that, but I'm just saying your mind, you anger just takes over sometimes. And you're like, what? So the sheriff is very, very angry about that part. Just the fact that the accountability, yeah, you're taking responsibility, but you have no choice. I'm sitting here and I'm reading it. But it's just kind of like, well, what's the big deal, baby? I love you. And she gets up off the couch. Mary gets up off the couch. Walks over to her husband and attempts to sit in his lap. Pushes her away. Not violently, just pushes her away. Like, no, I need time, man. I need time just to process this whole thing. Again, in his mind. Let's see, love doesn't, your heart and your mind, two totally separate, organ entities. My mind's telling me no. Your mind will tell you no all day long. But in this particular instance, but my body's telling me yes, baby. You know what I mean? The heart is in love. But the mind is like, nah, man, forget that. That's not what's hot. That's not what's hot out here on these streets. I don't want to hurt nobody, but there's something that I must confess. Pushes her away. His wife. Again, not violently. Wow. Are you serious? You gonna do me this? This is how you do me? I'm trying to show you some love and affection and tell you that I understand your anger. I understand that you're upset with me and you push me away. Wow. Mary gets up and storms into the kitchen like a motherfucker did something to her. Takes another shot of bourbon. So does the sheriff. Goes into the kitchen. So you just gonna run from there? You just gonna walk away? Please just leave me alone. I need some time to reflect. She's married. I need some time to reflect. You've been lying to your husband for, y'all been married 10 years, been together 11, 12 years, but you need time to reflect. I've just never seen you act this way, and I don't understand. I know that you think that I lied, but once again, I didn't lie. I just didn't tell you, but I don't understand why. I don't understand what is the problem. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a big man. I love you. She just doesn't, Mary doesn't get it. Mary just doesn't get it. I've always been a woman on the inside. But I just came out as a male, but my innermost, I'm a woman. We've been together 10 years, baby. Memories. Happy times. We don't even get into arguments and fights and the sheriff is getting more and more furious in his mind, but he's listening. Just the alcohol starts to kick in a little bit more. He got his shot glass in his hand. You trying to play me, man? You trying to play me? Listen, baby, I love you. And Murray reaches out to, I guess kiss, caress the sheriff. The sheriff slaps shit out of Murray. Bust Murray's lip. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling y'all the story, man. Real story. Real Kens TV. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe and share this video. Definitely comment. A little sidebar. Sidebar! Looks at her hands. Sees the blood. I hate you! You know how you always see on the movies? Teenager be really, really disrespectful towards the parent. And the parent would just sit there and just take that. And then finally, you can't take it no more than slap the teenager. And they see the blood. How could you? I hate you! Get out of my room! It's the white parents. The black parents said that's not happening, but it's the white family. Get out of my room now! Get out of my room! And the parent goes out of the room and they slam the door. I hate you! And y'all rock with me, man. We gonna have fun at Real Kens TV, man. Mary runs off. Packs her things. Sheriff goes back into the living room where he was drinking, what have you. He could hear commotion upstairs. When I say commotion, meaning a whole lot of back and forth. So he just figured that Mary was packing her things or whatever was gonna leave. He ends up passing out. A couple hours later, Mary's still there. But after all that bourbon, he passes out. When he wakes up in the morning, Mary's gone. Goes upstairs, looks through the room. Mary's taking... They're a couple, so Mary can't take all of her possessions, but, clearly things have been taken, removed. He sleeps it off. He been drinking. Pretty much all night he sleeps it off. Wakes up, no traces of Mary. Let Mary be gone. It is what it is. Whole day passes, Mary doesn't come back to the house. Should I make this a part? Should I stretch this into a part 3? Another day goes past, Mary doesn't come back to the house. Been 2-3 days. 2.5 days. I'll say about 2 days. Let's just keep it at 2 days. No traces, no nothing. Ain't heard nothing. To recap, even though he knows that his wife is really his husband, well, no, because if you have a sex change and I don't know how that whole situation works, but I know that he knows that his wife was born as Fred Johnson with a Johnson. The love is still there. After the love is gone, the love wasn't gone. There will never come a day you'll never hear me say that I won't and need to be without you. That's how he was feeling. Wanna live my life. He missed that compassion. He missed that camaraderie that they had together. That just Baby, just hold me. When he was having a rough day. Simply console me. He missed that. 3 days passed. 4 days passed. 'Cause your arms, they keep away the lonely. When I look into your eyes. These are all the things that the sheriff is thinking about. But his wife Mary is gone. Then I realized, well, maybe it's one of those things to where, okay, I love my wife, so we can make this work. All I need is you in my life. After all, we have been together for 12 years. All I need is you in my life. But I've never felt this way about loving. That's how you feel, man. I never felt this way about anybody. But you lied to me. So his mind is everywhere. It's going back and forth and trying to figure out, like, what to do. What do you do? Y'all jump in the comment section. What do you do? I know the anger takes, but your heart, man, your heart. You in love with a motherfucker, man. They done lied to you. They done stomped on you, but you love this motherfucker. What do you do? Y'all rock with me. Respectfully. Finally, after about 4 or 5 days, the sheriff picks up the phone. He's calling. No answer, no response. So once again, it's a mixture of concern. It's a mixture of anger. Damn, I put my hands on. I shouldn't have done that. I know I was angry, but I shouldn't have put my hands on my wife, man. I shouldn't have done that. I'm not drinking every day like that. It was just a moment that he had. You know how it is, fellas, ladies. You done got into it with your girl. Let's just say the fellas. You done got into it with your girl, man. You know that you done made her mad. You call her. She's not answering the phone. Baby, I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't have done it. Sending text messages or whatever. I'm sorry. I was totally wrong. After about 3, 4, 5 messages of saying I'm sorry. Bitch! Whatever nigga you with, fuck you and fuck him. And you better hope I don't find y'all bitch asses. Last night, couldn't even get an answer. I tried to call, but my phone wouldn't let me down. Sitting here with this blank expression. And the way I feel, wanna curl up like a child. Yo, when your girl ain't answering that phone, or your man ain't answering that phone, man, y'all know. If you know, you know. That person could be totally wrong, but you're trying to be the bigger person, or you missed the person, or whatever the case may be, and now they're not answering as though you did something. And that only just crushes your heart, man. It crushes your heart, man. Y'all rock with me, man, because I know if you love and you know what love is, then you gonna truly feel what I'm saying. That just feeling of emptiness, man, when you love a motherfucker, man. Contemplating at this point. 30 minutes or better. I'm at nearly 30 minutes. Should I make a part 3? Or should I just ride out? Whole week goes past. Sheriff gets to drinking again. Again, he's conflicted. My wife is a man, but I'm in love with my wife. Because I didn't know that my wife was a man. I don't even know if my wife is considered a man. Because he had surgery, and now he is a lady, a woman. He's conflicted, he's confused. Doesn't really have anybody to talk to or whatever, but he got a best friend. He has a best friend. It's on the police force. Goes to the sheriff. He goes to that individual. Matter of fact, the individual that he goes to is the new sheriff, endorsed by the retired sheriff. And he talks to you, bro. Breaks it down, tells him everything. Wow. I need you to do a whatever, I don't understand police language. But I need you to do a full investigation on this Fred Johnson with a Johnson individual. Everything that you know, anything that you can find. Now, obviously, the sheriff tells the new sheriff everything that's been going on. Keep this between you and I, whatever. But then the anger starts to set in. He's drinking every night, and then the anger setting in because it's like, man, I feel humiliated. People will make little sly comments and say little things, and did they know all along that my wife had been born a man? Did they see the characteristics and the features of a man? And I was just so deeply engulfed in love, to where I just didn't see it. And again, recollecting. See, when you recollect in life, it's not always the best thing to do. Yeah, you need to think back to where, and this is just my opinion, you think back to some of the things that you did wrong, where you went wrong. But you think about some of the signs that you've seen. Like when my daughters were, I'm the sheriff at this point. My daughters were coming to me like, Dad, why we never met any of, her family? Dad, why when the wedding, none of her family came? And you start to think about all the times that you offered to take her to her hometown, and it was just nobody but her. Don't have any kids, don't have any. You start to think about all of these things that you these red flags that you just ignored. It's in the home, man. You ain't got no side pieces. Sheriff didn't have no side pieces. Sitting at home, man, retired, money coming in. But what is money when you're not happy? You give me $10 million in my bank account, and I'm single. Pretty much, I don't, I got a couple friends or whatever, but I'm single, and I don't really experience and feel that love. I'm 50 years old. Opposed to having $100 in my bank account, negative $100 in my bank account, but I'm with a motherfucker that I know that loves me. Not that I'm not trying, just life, man. Shit goes up. Everything's going up but your motherfucking paycheck, man. Y'all jump in the comments section. Everything is going up but your motherfucking paycheck. Rent. Mortgages. Variable mortgages. 1 month of your motherfucking mortgage is $900. Next month is $2,700. Not being a little facetious, but I'm just simply saying. Go to the grocery store, you go to buy this pack of meat, paws, double paws. It's $18. Next week is $27. Gas is going up. Weed prices is going up. I don't even smoke, but I know. Everything's going up but your paycheck stressed out, trying to figure out what the fuck am I gonna do. I'm gonna go Uber, I'm gonna go DoorDash, Instacart. I can do all these things, but now it's putting wear and tear on my car. And then when my car go, my starter or transmission or whatever goes out, guess what? These companies gonna say, shit, we gonna just move on to the next driver, man. What do? That's why I'm so giving, man. I don't even got a lot of money. I don't got no money, man. And I still give. Joyce Myers told a story one time, and this correlates with the story. Oh, you go, Ken's getting off the storyline. No, I'm not. And if I am, then I am. I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would they say I am? Radios don't even play my jam. Joyce Meyer, man. Everybody, I assume, know who Joyce Meyer is. If you don't, Google Joyce Meyer. Came to a conference one time, had a red dress on. One of the individuals that was there that worked for Joyce Meyer, she had a nice little staff, 30, 40, 50 people, that she's under her payroll at this time. I'm sure at this point it's way larger. Oh, Miss Meyer, I love that dress. It's a red dress. Joyce Meyer's favorite out of all favorites dresses. Been waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect, conference or what have you, to wear this dress. Only time Joyce had ever worn that dress. Joyce got home later on that night, next night, couple nights later, what have you. Speaking with God, as Joyce so often does. God told Joyce to give that lady that dress. No, she can't have this dress. But I'm gonna listen to you, God. But I'm only listen to you to a certain extent. I'm gonna give her some dresses, but I'm not gonna give her this dress. And Joyce went and gave the young lady like 10 dresses. But it was 10 dresses that Joyce didn't care anything about. But your average individual that don't understand how life really, really, truly works. Biblically, just doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do and listening to your heart. The lady was very appreciative, very happy. Thank you. And these are expensive dresses. Like, Joyce Meyer ain't no slouch. Like, Joyce Meyer is a fucking multi-millionaire, even at the time. But later on, Joyce got to thinking, and she's talking to her husband. Something wasn't right. You see, this lady liked this red dress. But I ignored all of that and gave her these other dresses. But the red dress is what she liked. Joyce went back and forth praying and speaking to God and whatever your higher power is. Everybody's not the same denomination or whatever, but I'm just giving a story about Joyce Meyer, but it all correlates to the story. Respectfully. Joyce understood that I failed my mission. See, God was telling me to give this lady this red dress, but I ignored God and said, well, you know what? I can appease God by saying, okay, God, I know what you want me to do, but I'm not going to do that, but I'll do this. No, it's not how it works. And once Joyce realized that, she took that red dress that she wore one time, very, very expensive dress. All of her clothes were expensive, but this red dress that this lady, not that she owed the lady, not that she anything of the sorts, and took this red dress to this lady on her staff that she paid every week and gave it to her. Now, the point of me bringing that up is when you give to a person, you give because you give, right? But a perfect example is if I got $100,000, somebody comes up to me and they like, could you give me 50 cents? And you give them 50 cents. Did you have to give them 50 cents? No, you didn't have to give them 50 cents. So it was a good gesture. You know, you gave it to them because you don't owe anybody anything. But that 50 cents out of 100,000 that you have didn't hurt you at all. See, Joyce, it was her favorite dress. So you got to give up something. You got to give up something. You give a person 50 cents, you got 100,000. Person comes to you, I need 25,000. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not saying you're supposed to do that. It's just an analogy. This is just an example. Basically, what I'm saying is when you give to an individual, give because you want to give. Give because your heart is telling you to give. But also give, don't just give some shit that you was probably going to throw out on the curb anyway. Is basically what I'm saying. Because that's not the same as giving. You're giving, but you're not giving from the heart, man. Real Kens TV, man. We're going to stretch this thing out. Pause, double pause, triple pause. Part 3. Had no intentions of doing this, but guess what? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Real Kens TV. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. And, you know, comment or whatever. Well, I already said that. Whatever you need to do to make it known that Real Kens is the new sheriff on the motherfucking block. And we coming hard. Infinite pause. Real Kens TV. I love everybody, man. Especially y'all that rock with me at YouTube. Respectfully.